The less we tamper with nature, the better it is for us to grow good food, good, clean food. The farm is an integrated farm. It's a natural farm. But you can see how we were able to integrate the web of life. How the crops are grown the natural way and how we raise the pig integrated. The system that we have here in the farm, which is what we call tamad farming, this is exactly what we teach our farmers within the community. We provide them with the stocks that they need, and we teach them and we train them how to raise the pigs in a very natural way. And with the recent eruption of the Taal volcano, it became more challenging, and of course with the COVID pandemic. But now we're trying our best to get up on our feet again and to continue helping the community. This is exactly the essence why Luciole is here.
Permaculture farming can be very beneficial to our food system. We saw it in action in Cabiocid, but this time in Luciole, we will see it integrated with the livestock. Henry's farm produces a wide range of fruits and vegetables, but they raise pigs for lechon and cochinillo. By putting their pigs on an all-natural diet for their whole lives, Luciole ensures the best tasting cochinillo. Henry showed me around the farm and walked me through how he raises these pigs.
Good morning, Chef Carlos. Welcome to Luciole, which is a small integrated natural family farm. We grow our crops. We just allow nature to work for it, and then of course we raise our livestock in harmony with nature. Raising native pigs is interesting, you know. It's quite different from the regular pigs that you see in the commercial factory farms. You have to have the right breed. In our case, we try to keep at least 3 major breeds. All of these are Philippine native pigs. One is the Kalinga breed from the north, and then we also have the Quezon breed, and lately we were able to acquire a BT Black, which was developed by the Bureau of Animal Industry. If you have too much breeds, the bloodline would explode, so there is no proper control. But more importantly, it's the diet or the food that they eat. This is their source of their macronutrients. We have the darak or rice bran, which is their source of carbohydrate. Then we have the source of protein, which is soya. And then, of course, we have the lipids, which is actually our wasted vegetables. We ferment it with molasses.
Luciole farm is a self-sustaining farm, meaning everything goes in a natural cycle. So the plants that they grow here, it's the feed also of the pork that they raise. And then the waste of the pig is also converted into compost, which is feeding the plants.
When the pigs are still young, what we do is we give them more protein so that they build the muscles and the bones. By the moment they are ready for lechon, we reduce the size of their protein intake and increase the carbohydrates. Hence, you have more fat and the taste would be better. The most important part of a good cochinillo is actually the piglet. Hence, we don't use too much ingredients to cover the flavor of the pork. We just use 5 basic ingredients. That's peppercorn, salt, garlic, and the sakurab, which is the onion, and then tanglad. Then we put a little curry to make it more flavorful. That's all. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Normally, it takes about an hour for us to air dry, just to make sure that all the moisture and the water in the skin is removed. Thus, it makes the skin crispier. And then we put the bamboo so that the skin won't stick on the grills. And then rub all the ingredients we prepared earlier. And then the curry.
So this is from the farm also?
From the farm also. So all the ingredients, you notice, it all came from the farm. You can smell it already, yeah?
Actually, it smells so good.
After 30 minutes, we have to turn around the pig just to make sure that you cook it evenly. We normally start with a very low heat to make sure that we cook the cochinillo evenly. And then towards the later part, we blast at a very high temperature to make the skin crunchier and make the fat burn out. It's more tasty. Wow, Chef Carlos, I think we're ready.
It's perfect.
Yep, we can bring it out.
You can see it's really, really crispy. Wow. It's amazing.
Thank you. Let's give it a taste. The flavor of the pork remains. The ingredients would give you a certain balance.
The lechon tastes very clean. And also because of the feed that they're giving the pig, which is very healthy and nutritional, you can see that there's a good fat to meat ratio. It's very, very meaty and very juicy. I really like it.
Yeah. I hope you learned something from this experience, and maybe you can a little more twist when you do it now in gallery. So all the best, and God bless.
The dish that we are preparing today is a cochinillo dish. What we did is we took a whole cochinillo, we chop it into quarter size, we put it in a vacuum bag, and we sous vide it for 16 hours at 64 degrees Celsius. After we cook it in the sous vide, we are going to roast it in the oven. The good thing about the sous vide is that it doesn't shrink too much, and all of the juices are all encapsulated inside the bag. All of the flavor are still intact. After that, we put it in a tray, we roast it inside the oven at 180 degrees for around 30 to 45 minutes until it's golden brown. What they did in Luxole is they marinated the whole pork with all of the aroma, with all of the spices and all of the herbs that they put in the lechon before roasting it. What we did here in Gallery, we kind of separated the two processes. What we're gonna do next is the sauce for the pork. Instead of putting it in the pork like Henry did, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flavor the sauce for the pork. This is actually a pork jus. What we did is we roast the bones, and after we put some mirepoix, which is some carrots, onion, and tomato paste, and then we'll let it reduce for around 20 hours. So you get nice and concentrated sauce. And then we're gonna let this simmer for around 15 minutes until all of the flavor of the spices are already in the sauce. What we wanted to highlight is the pork itself, so people can try it on its own, and also they can try it with the marination by the use of the sauce. The ideas that's going around in my head is I want to tell a story in a plate. Like I want to put everything that I see here, everything that's significant, that represents the farm, transform into every single bite that you eat as a dish. As you can see, it's nice and crispy. The secret really to Cochinillo is creating the conditions for the pigs to live a healthy, all-natural life. At Luciole, all the care they put into raising the pig pays off incredibly well. All it takes is thoughtfulness, respect for the earth, and trust in nature's will.